This is going to kind of be the behind the scenes camera. I'm going to try to make a video here, a how-to video. I'm going to do a how-to tornado kick. I'm going to do some other stuff also, so we'll see how it goes. Probably got some sounds from TV in the other room going. I wish I didn't have that. I need to get my microphone set up for other device because video needs a microphone. Alright, I've turned. I just gotta get all set up, alright? So, go ahead and get the live going, even though I'm not set up yet, so. Alright, let me get my stuff. The stuff I need here. Just drop that down for now. My Rode microphone equipment. Hopefully it's all charged up good and everything. Usually holds a good charge. So hopefully these are still good and won't go out on me. Okay, I think they're good. Alright, gonna get my other device set up for videos. And my other device I'm going to set up over here. I'm just going to be recording for some videos I'm going to make. Microphone hooked up to this one. I'm going to do some how-to kicking videos. So I think that'll do pretty well. A little more tangled up than it usually is. I may have been in a hurry last time I used this microphone when I was trying to put it away. Hey there, how's it going? Pizza, huh? Pizza. Okay. These Rode microphones are pretty good, by the way. Just saying. How you doing? Well, on a different device that I'm going to set up over here, and I'm trying to hook up the microphone to now, I'm going to make some how-to kicking videos. It's going to be the idea. I think I'm going to do a how-to tornado kick. I'm going to make a video for that. I think I'm going to make a series of videos breaking down how to throw certain kicks. I think it'll be a good idea to have some of those on my video section instead of just the follow-along workouts. Because right now, if you look at my video section, it's just like a long wall of fitness kickboxing workouts you can follow along to. I want to add some other stuff on there, some little short, maybe 5-minute, probably maybe even less than 5-minute videos showing how to kick. Because I feel like I have to really stretch it out to make it even get to 5 minutes almost, because there's not much to it. Once you show how the technique is, what I'm supposed to do then, just repeat it several times, you know, so I'm not always the best at stretching stuff out, kind of like, you know, have you ever had to write a book report and stuff like that? I was never good at making book reports because I feel like you have to stretch it out, you know, and I'm like, to me, it's pretty simple and straightforward, you know. So, all right, let me get this set up. Yeah, tornado kick's really what you get into. I think they're kind of easy, but you have to, you know, I guess you have to have done martial arts to be able to say that. So, roll this out here, make sure I'm in position where I want it. Probably going to want to remove the pull-up bar. I think it might be in the way a little bit once I get going. Okay, check the other camera, make sure it's set up where I'm going to go C. Okay, I think this is probably good. All right, one more thing I want to file. 1 second. Never mind. You're going to turn the volume down over there. But whatever, somebody's messing with them up. All right, let's see. You guys there? All right, it's all good. I haven't warmed up or anything, and I almost wonder if I should warm up a little before I start recording my video on the other device. I need to at least be ready to throw my kicks, right? Throw some swing kicks, get everything loose. Of course, I could put swing kicks in the video just to have some filler, since I'm not quite sure how to make it all the way to 5 minutes. I might be able to make it a 5-minute video without it, if I'm talking. I'm not sure yet. I can do filler sometimes when I'm just talking and doing stuff on the live, but when I'm trying to film a video, I feel like, all right, well, I said it, I'm done. And, you know, so I got to try to work on that. So ballistic stretching, you know, where you're moving instead of holding it still, works great. Gets you loosened up pretty quickly. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'll be good. Back on this side or that side though. The back's gonna be facing them. Unless I teach them the step through 360 tornado, or a step through into the tornado. I'm not as good at doing tornado with the other side. Let me give it a shot. Too far away. Still a little too far. I never throw them to the side. I don't think I've ever thrown it to the side. getting a little bit better. All right, I don't want to get too dizzy and then try to shoot the video on this other device. Let me calm it down for a second. Y'all doing all right? All right. We'll take this other device real quick. Make sure it's set up and ready to go. I do believe that it is. All right. All right, cool. Just want to make sure that I'm ready to go. All right, so I'm going to start recording on a different device. I'm shoot a video. I'm going to be focusing on the camera over there while I'm shooting the video. So you guys basically have like a little behind the scenes thing, I guess. It's basically what you got going here. All right. Today you're going to learn how to do a tornado kick. Believe me, it's actually not as hard as it looks, okay? For a tornado kick, I'm going to break it down to you, all right? So, what you do first, you spin, but you know what, I'm going to start over. I don't like this opening. I'm going to try it again. Okay. Today, I'm going to teach you the tornado kick. It's not as hard as it looks. Trust me. Check it out. I'm going to go ahead and turn my back to you for a second and show you what I'm going to do here. With this foot in front, the first step, you turn and look over your shoulder. And this foot here, you're going to pick it up and bring it through. Start off with just that. Turn, look, spin that foot through. Okay? Try it again. Turn, look, spin the foot through. And now, you're just going to add on a hop and a round kick. You're going to put that foot down and hop and throw your round kick. It's as simple as that. So, spin, look, bring your foot through, hop, round kick. That's your tornado kick. So, all together. So you work with that, practice it. You need to already know how to throw a round kick before you can do this. So if you don't know how to throw a round kick, I guess I can make a video on that too. The round kicks are pretty simple. I can just include it in here, right? But really, if you don't know how to throw a round kick, you're not ready for the tornado kick yet anyway, okay? So this is for people who have had some type of martial arts training, but have not pulled off this kick yet. That's who this video is for, okay? If you've never had any martial arts training, you probably shouldn't start with tornado kicks. You should start with the front kick, the round kick, and the side kick. That's where you should start if you haven't done any martial arts. You start with the most basic kicks, okay? So, on your tornado kick, you just keep practicing it. You might find you have one side you're better at than the other. I'm usually not as good doing the other side. See, here's the other side. Here's the side I'm not as good at. One of my problems there that you might find is distance. I was a little bit too far away from the bag. I was hitting it way too far down low. You know, if I landed down there on my foot, you don't want that. Preferably, you want to hit the lower part of your shin. The very top part of your foot's okay too, the instep. But the shin, that's the best spot that you want. I'm going to try it on this side again because I'm not used to throwing it on this side. And it's good to practice on both sides. It's good to make it where anything you can do on one side, you can do on the other as well. So, now the side I'm more used to throwing it on, that feels much better for me. If you have one side that is easier for you, that's natural. So once again, a simple breakdown of the tornado kick. I'll do it while I'm looking at you, right? As you turn and look over your shoulder, pick the knee up and bring it through, okay? You're not touching the bag yet, I did that for balance. And then from here, hop and round kick, okay? So you're looking,
You bring that through. And if you have to, stop there at first until you get to where you can do that. You could try that. Try it with no jump first to get used to the spin. Go around, have the foot up, kick like a stepping move. Boom, boom. You can practice it like that if you're ready for the jump. And then when you're ready for the jump, just don't put this foot down. Just hop, right? It's not really much of a jump. It's more of a hop, right? Because this foot's already up. And you just lift this foot, right? Because I don't believe I'm going up any higher, right? Now that distancing was too close. Like I said, I don't do it as often on the side. So when you're ready, you add in the hop, kick. You can do it on both sides if you want. You practice like that, where you don't do the jump. You just practice, get used to the movement, because that's the movement with no jump. It's just you don't put the foot down and throw that hop round kick in. So that's it. That's how you throw a tornado kick. It's not that difficult. If you have done martial arts and stuff in the past and you already know how to throw round kicks, you know how to throw spinning kicks, the tornado kick is not that difficult. You just have to know how to do it. I'll do even one better. The 360 tornado kick, which is really just a stepping tornado kick. All you do, now this one, I believe one of the hardest things for someone like me with this one is distancing, making sure you're the right distance from the bag and the throat. The 360 tornado kick, all you do is take a step first and then throw your tornado kick, but you don't stop, and it makes it all go together real fluidly. All right, one more time. You will notice, until you get used to that, you have a little bit less control with the 360 tornado than the regular tornado. So master the regular tornado first, and then if you want, you can add the step and do a 360 tornado. That was way too close. I'm going to do it again. Well, you get the point. One more time. Practice, practice, practice. Just keep doing it. Make yours look cleaner than what I did. All right? It's not hard. You can do it. Tornado kick. All right, until next time, keep kicking it. Well, I'm not sure how I feel about that video. We'll see. Let me see, how long was the video? Video. All right, a little over 5 minutes. I wonder if I should go ahead and make some videos of tutorials for other kicks, or if I want to decide to do a reshoot of that and pick the better video. I don't know. I feel like some of my kicks there at the end were a little sloppy. I'm not going to like that in my video, but it is what it is. Anybody watching, what do you think? Do you think I should reshoot what I just did, or go with what I just recorded? So I don't know, you guys might have missed it. Sometimes the viewers go through pretty quickly and you get new ones. I'll do another video, because I plan on doing several kick tutorials. I'll do the easiest kick next. Let's see here. Don't know how many views the easiest kick's gonna get, but I might as well do that too. Today I'm gonna teach you how to. I usually do it all in one take. All right, I'm gonna teach you how to throw the front kick and the push kick. Those are some of the easiest kicks there are. Front snap kick. Your knee comes up and you whip out the foot and pull it back. And when you throw that, you're not kicking with your toes. You pull your toes back, see? Pull your toes back so you're doing your toes and hit with the ball of the foot. So front snap kick, you might not even want to throw it on your back. You might not want to do that. But with the front snap kick, you're pulling your toes back, and I'm hitting with the ball of my foot, okay? And I don't really recommend doing it on this bag unless you're just that guy and you've got your toes really far back and you're able to do it, right? So front snap kick, boom, boom. If you're in karate every day, or taekwondo every day, you can probably do it because you've probably got your toes pulled back. You're probably used to it. But on the issue with the bag is sometimes when you're going up, you might catch your toes on the way to the ball of the foot. So I feel like you gotta be extra careful on the bag doing a snap kick. Because the front snap kick is really good for going up underneath somebody's chin. Boom. Boom. It's also good for getting in the stomach. You know, boom. Boom. Of course the pills, right? You know, with the pills, you can point and hit them with your shin. So the front snap kick, knee up, snap out, back down. Pulling your toes back, kicking with the ball of your foot. Boom. 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 That's your front snap kick. Push kick. Push kick is a variation that I like better for the bag. And also, if you want to get somebody away from you, the push kick will do it. Push kick, you bring your knee all the way up into your chest, as high up to your chest as you can. And then you stomp outwards, right? It's basically what you're doing. Boom. Hitting with, preferably, your heel. Preferably, you want to land with the heel when you throw the push kick. You're stomping that way. Boom. Boom. The bag. So you can also land this one with the ball of the foot as well. They call that a teep kick in Muay Thai. You're basically, we'll stop there. You're basically doing the same thing, but with the ball of the foot. And I guess one of the main differences is between those two kicks. With a snap kick, you're whipping your leg up and kicking. And with a push kick, you're pushing. Now, you can do that hip movement with a snap kick too. But with the push kick, you're really getting it off in the push. You're pushing outwards. With the snap kick, with the push kick, or with the teep kick, you're pushing out. I like the heel. It's stronger, and you don't have to worry about your toes so much because your toes hopefully won't get nowhere near what you're kicking. Hopefully, right? Boom. Okay. Boom. So that's it. That's your front kick, your push kick, and I suppose also your teep kick. I wasn't planning on including that one, but hey, it makes sense. It's the same thing as the push kick, just with the ball of the foot. All right, guys. See you next time. All right, so that's 2 videos down. Now I should decide whether or not I should redo the tornado kick tutorial. Because I might make a better one if I do it a second time. I could, just to see. Tell you what, put the bag on the other side. Do the tornado kick tutorial. So that way, I am actually facing my camera when I'm talking to the people, and then I go to throw the kick. I'm gonna redo that tutorial, see which one I like better. Tornado kick tutorial, I'm gonna record that one now. Tornado kick. You guys want to learn it? I can teach it to you. It's not as hard as it looks. Trust me on this. If you have already done martial arts, that is. If you've never done martial arts before, learn the other kicks first, okay? You have to know how to throw a round kick. You have to be able to do a spinning kick in order to be able to do tornado kick. But it's pretty simple. I'll break it down to you. First, turn, look over your shoulder, and then this other leg. It comes up and around, and then you just hop and kick with your back leg. So start off, turn and look behind your shoulder, bring the other foot around, and you sit it down and stop there, okay? Let's do that again. All right, start with that. That was a little clumsy. Control yourself. So turn and look, up and around. Start there. And when you're ready, throwing that hopping around, okay? You get a little dizzy doing this over and over again. So then when you're ready, you just round kick. Just pull that leg up with a round kick. So kind of slow, but all in one. Turn and look, pick your knee up, and kick, okay? Control. Take a break. If you're dizzy, stop, chill, take a break, okay? So that you don't fall over and smash into your TV or something, right? Don't let yourself get too dizzy, okay? So you're looking, you turn and look. Here's a drill you can do. If you're not ready for the whole thing, turn and look, pick your knee up, then stop. Then you go back and do it again. Turn and look, pick your knee up, and go through like that. Let's do it again. Okay? And do that a few times. And you want more, but you're still not sure about adding the jump, you can do this. Put your foot down and throw the kick. And you got everything except for the jump at the end. All right, so do that. Do that a few times if you need to. And then when you're ready, all you have to do is don't put this foot down before you throw the kick. Don't put it down. Leave it up, and then hop and kick. Right? So it's going down as this foot's coming up, you see? But you don't think about that. Just think about getting the other foot up. When you reach that point, don't think about putting this foot down. Think about bringing this foot up. Okay? So all together. And then you'll have to work on your distancing to make sure you're the right distance from the bag, so you're hitting with the right part of your leg, and you're not kicking with your tippy toes, you know? Or you're not getting yourself all jammed up, okay? Because that'll happen. Now, once you've mastered the tornado kick, if you like, you can also do the 360 tornado kick, which really, all that is a tornado kick, but you put a step in it first, right? All it is you take a step, and then you tornado kick, but you do it in all one motion, so it looks like it's all going together. So it does mean you need more space, so distancing makes is a lot bigger of a deal with this one, because you gotta do that step. So to me, that's the hardest part when you do the 360 one, is knowing your correct distance. Right, your angles, you gotta stay on target. I felt sloppy. Let me go again. So there you have it, tornado kick. Then if you want to try to do a 360 one, you can. So they're not super complicated. Until next time, keep kicking it. All right, I think that one might be a little bit better than the first tornado kick tutorial that I've recorded. If any of you guys have been here since I filmed that first tutorial, let me know which one of those two you thought was better. The first tornado kick tutorial, where the bag was over there, or the other one, after I did it on this side, and I was done doing the front kick, push kick tutorial. So, should I do more? Should I do a round kick tutorial? I could. They're pretty simple, but I guess I can still film one. Do my left leg just as easy as my right leg, so I could stay on this side. I could teach them the lead leg version first. Lead leg in Taekwondo way, you just pop it out there, you know? Because you have your Taekwondo and karate way, where you just pick it up, and it's a snap more than anything else. You know, the Taekwondo and karate way, it's more of a snap of your knee extended. You still want your hips turned over and stuff, but it's a snapping move. You know, when Muay Thai, it's more like they're trying to swing a baseball bat at you. You know, like you're trying to keep, they're not bending the leg as much. They don't have as much of a snap. You know, if you watch Joe Rogan kick, I think he does try to swing through the Muay Thai, but he has a snap on it still, because he was a Taekwondo guy. So I think mixing them together is actually pretty good. So I can make a tutorial on round kick on this other camera over here. I might as well. I'm filming all the rest of this. All right, let me get this other camera going. Let's throw round kicks. Are you new to martial arts and you were trying to learn how to throw a round kick? It'd If you're trying to do it from home, well, I can teach you how to throw a basic round kick. Basic karate, taekwondo style round kick. We'll start with the lead leg, all right? And really you want the foot that you're standing on pointing away from the bag if you can help it. I've gotten so used to twisting my foot after I lift my knee, which I think is a better way usually because it prevents you from telegraphing. I'm saying, here I come, or you can twist it as you pick up your foot, okay? But what you're gonna do for your round kick is your front knee comes up, kind of points at the bag, and then you extend and put it down, okay? What I would recommend to you, if you're new to this, grab hold of a wall or a stool, something stable. Something stable is not going to move on you. Just hold it, get your pivot right, pick up your knee, kick, pull back, put down. Do that, and start throwing it in one motion. Boom, boom, boom. And then wait until you don't need to hold on to anything, you have your balance. Boom, boom. By the way, balance. Imagine a cup of water on your head. Pour out the water, you pour out your balance. Don't be hanging your head down. Don't be looking down. You're gonna lose your balance. Act like you're balancing a cup of water on your head. You don't want the water to spill. If you think about that, it will help you have better balance when you throw these kicks. So once again, on the back, pop, okay? Turning round kick, okay? The turning round kick, there's two ways you can do your pivot. You step first if you need. It might be easier for you to step and then kick. I like to twist as I pick my foot up because I don't like to say, here I come to kick at you. I don't like to do that. I like to be sneaky about it. I don't want them to know that I'm going to kick them with it because then they have time to move, get out of the way, or block, or counter. If I say, here I come to kick at you, he might do something and throw something at me first before I can get there. It just depends. So instead of, here I come to kick at you, if you need to start off that way, I get it. But it's better, I believe, if you can just twist on the ball of your foot while you're throwing the kick. Okay? So your knee comes up and around with a turning round kick. And the way I think I was taught was that it comes around kind of on a straight line the entire way, right, like this. But I do feel like that's a little telegraphy too. So a lot of times when I throw mine now, I don't come all the way up from the side. Sometimes I come more up, like a front kick first, and then I'll turn the hips over and turn it into a round kick, because that's a sneakier way to do it. So, but that's just if you need to work on that, okay? And make sure you practice with both legs. So I'm going to want to put my other leg in front now, turning round kick. You also have the version where you step. That's okay. I know I said, here I come to kick at you. But in all honesty, most of the time, they may not read you coming anyway. It just depends on who you're going up against. It really does. So because MMA guys, they do that step all the time, and they still land plenty of kicks. So Boss Rutan likes the step. He feels like he gets more power on it. So I'm just gonna say, do what's working for you, okay? Another thing, used to, when I threw my round kicks, I would throw it, and I'd go back to right where I was standing. It's the way I was originally taught. However, when I went to a different martial arts school, they had a different philosophy. They said, why are you going to throw a kick and then go back to the position you were in before you threw that kick? He said, I want to take the space you're standing on. So throw the kick, and sit it down, is what that guy's philosophy was. And because of that, I kind of started doing that. I started throwing the kick and sitting it down. Now I'm on the inside, or that guy backed up, and I can maybe throw a kick with the other leg now and step back down as well. Or just step forward is my preferred fighting stance. But I did like to practice in each stance. When I would spar, I would change up my stances a lot. I wouldn't always stand on the same side. I'll switch to southpaw. I would do that. So practice your kicks, and until next time, keep kicking it. I thought that was a pretty decent video for a round kick tutorial. Maybe I'm just getting in the rhythm because I'm doing several in a row. That's a possibility. Because round kicks are pretty simple, I feel like. Hey buddy, I have a background in Taekwondo. And mostly what I do now is just fitness kickboxing type stuff. So, but yeah, if you ask me what martial art, I have to say Taekwondo because that's my main thing. 3rd degree black belt in Taekwondo that I got like 20 years ago. I'll practice at home now. I've dibble dabbled in other stuff, but it's Taekwondo. And Muay Thai. The fitness kickboxing place that I go to when I leave my house to do it, they do Muay Thai. So those are Muay Thai people. So, doing under them, and they've slightly tweaked my style, but I'm still, Taekwondo, so. I'll tell you one of the things I had to tweak with Taekwondo though, an issue that I had that wasn't pointed out to me back then, which it really should have been, maybe I should have just caught on, was I would throw my punches and I wouldn't be guarding my head right. I would have my head way too open and I'd even throw punches from here. And I didn't realize it until I started filming myself. I was like, oh, I got to fix that. And so it took some work, but most of the time now when you see me punching, my hands are actually up here where they're supposed to be. So, yeah. But it took some work to get through that. If you went back and watched my oldest workout videos on this channel, you'd see me doing a lot of this stuff. You'd see me doing a lot of, I might even start right, but then it would come down as I went to go punch. I think a lot of that, I might have even did this stuff, I'm not sure. I think a lot of that is because traditional martial arts teach you to punch by pulling the other side back and doing this. They call it reaction force, right? Pulling the other side back, they believe, would make you strike harder. And I do think it's probably true. It could be true. But does that really matter if you get whacked upside the head on the other side, right? So I think keeping your guard up makes way more sense than pulling it down and trying to get the reaction force, even if there is more power to it. Even if there is more power to doing the reaction force, I still think it makes more sense to leave your guard up so I don't get smacked, right? Even though I will admit, I have seen highlights in UFC where some of the great strikers in there, their knockout reels, they look a lot like this when they're throwing their punch. They really do. And a lot of the knockout reels. So it does happen. And it does work. But it's risky. You can pay for it. You can really pay for it if you don't have your guard up. So, and I guarantee you on those UFC guys who got those knockouts doing this, they probably didn't even realize they were doing it because they were in the heat of battle. And sometimes things just happen when you're in the heat of battle. You're not always going to throw everything perfect and exactly you're supposed to. You're going to slip up and do things that are sloppy when you're in the heat of it. You're going to throw wild stuff sometimes because you're just going. They say when you learn martial arts, if you end up in a self-defense situation, you end up going back to your basics. You end up going back to your most basic things. So make sure you practice your basics a lot. You're really good at your basics. Because at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, if you're a Taekwondo guy and somebody attacks you on the street, chances are you're not going to do it. Jump, turn, round kick, spin, hook kick. You're probably not going to be doing that stuff. You're probably going to be doing block punch. You're probably going to block punch, maybe low kick. I, for one, I'm a fan of the low kick for self-defense scenarios just because sometimes you throw somebody a good, solid low kick, they might change their mind and walk away. Do the yell, too, especially if you make noise with it. Hey, if you start making noise with your strikes, they might decide to leave you alone because they're like, man, this guy's crazy. But also the noise will help intimidate the guy you're fighting, but it also helps you strike harder. It really does. Part of it is your force breathing out, but part of it also is just, it increases your intensity. It just does. Mentally, emotionally, all of it is increased when you make the noise and you go, so it's worth it. Maybe when I'm doing these lives, I should record my other device the entire time and turn the live into a regular video in the other orientation. It wouldn't be a bad idea, because I talk about some interesting things sometimes. I feel like I do when I go back and look at the stuff. People seem to like the stuff when I put it in little clips and little shorts. So maybe I'll start recording everything that I'm doing when I'm doing a live on my other device and just pick a spot and record. I think it's a good idea. I'll probably start doing that. So I might do another one of these tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. So. Oh, we just reached 1,000 subscribers this week. Thank you, everybody. We finally made it. We are not monetized, though. We need more watch hours. But we finally made it to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and that's pretty cool. I'm glad I'm at least there. Steadily growing over time. We'll get there at some point. We're just going to keep doing what we do. And, you know, I may do some more extra stuff, too, because why not? It's fun. You might have seen some of the new shorts that I've been throwing up there just because I found them humorous. I've been doing them where I pretend I think I'm a different YouTube channel. I'm like, wait a minute, wrong YouTube channel. I think some of those shorts are pretty funny. So I've only got a handful of those. I just started doing that this week, but I've got like 4 of them up already. So just because I found it amusing, showing the kitty cats around here off a little bit, some too, you know, just trying to slightly diversify what's on here. So we'll see. But I'm just going to stick to my main guns are martial art techniques and fitness kickboxing workouts that you can follow along to. You know, I was really hoping the workouts would blow up by themselves and that there'd be people just going and doing the workouts every day. There's a few people that do. There's some people that told me they have. There's one guy on here that told me he lost 55 kilograms doing my workouts, and I had to look up what that means because, you know, I'm an American, so I don't know what kilogram means. I have to look it up, find out what it is in pounds. And I thought that was pretty cool that somebody got in that much better shape doing the workouts that I provided for free on YouTube. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, so if you're interested in any of those, go to the video section of my channel. Make sure you hit subscribe and go to the video section of my channel. Click on a workout and do the workout. You know, clear out a space in your living room where you got enough room to do it. Maybe you can maybe you want to turn your garage into a workout area. Whatever you got. I don't think most people have a room dedicated to be a workout room like I do, but you know, that's, you know, one of the things that I was specifically looking for in a house is I had to have a place that had an extra area that I knew I could turn into a workout area, because and this was before I had a YouTube channel. This was when, at least before I had a YouTube channel that I added stuff to. This was when it was just for my own training at home, because I've always done martial arts at home. Ever since I did martial arts, I always did them at home as well. But then also, I love doing workout programs. So all the fancy, as seen on TV stuff you've seen, if you can think of it, I might have it, because I bought a bunch of those over the years. I used to do them because I enjoyed most of them. I thought they were fun. Some of them worked really well. Certain ones worked amazingly. So, like P90X, I've repeated that one a few times in the past. It was one that I found fun, and it worked pretty well for me. But a lot of that, I think, is just because it would get me to lift weights, you know, which I definitely needed to do more of, and I still need to do more weightlifting. So Body Beast is pretty cool. That one I'm thinking about going back and doing it again. And yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. So, and even old school Billy Blanks has some good stuff. You know, the Tybo guy, his Billy's Ultimate Boot Camp, that was an awesome workout, I have to say. So, well, I'm trying to decide what I want to do now. Do I want to record more videos on the other device, or do I want to just, you know, do some kind of workout, you know? Well, I think that works out pretty well. I recorded, let's see, I did 2 different tutorials on the tornado kick. Did a tutorial on the front kick, push kick, and a tutorial on the round kick. I could go ahead and do one on the side kick while I'm here. Yeah, I guess I could. Who knows, maybe I should release these all at once. I might should. Alright, I'll make one more tutorial on this other device and get it lit back up.
Okay.
Side kicks. If you want to learn how to throw a side kick, I can help you. It's not that hard. Throw yourself a side kick. I'm going to teach the step up side kick. Well, I can show you the regular one first if you like. Yeah, let's do that. Grab a hold of a wall, something stable. The foot that's not kicking, make it point towards the wall, right? Make it point towards what you're holding yourself up with. Lift your knee and your foot. I try to get my foot kind of up too. If you can help it, you want to get it on a flat plane. Is what you really want. And then you just extend out, pull back, and sit down. It's as simple as that. Just practice it over and over again. And you can get better at small details once you get the basic movement down. So lift up your knee, extend it out, pull back, sit down. Lift it up, extend it out, pull it back, sit down. And you will learn as you practice this how to turn your hip over into it. Because you want your hip turned over. But when you're first learning it, don't worry, you don't have to worry about that just yet. Because you need to get the motion, the regular movement down first. Knee up, extend out, pull back, down. And then when you're ready to get your hip in it, all it takes is just a little turnover at the very end. All right, we're going to do step up side kick. Step up side kick. Step your foot up. You're kind of making like an L, right? Because the foot you're standing on, once again, is pointing away. It's pointing away from what you're striking. So step up, lift, kick, back, down. All right, do it again. So when you're ready, put some speed in it. That's your side kicks, right? You may eventually throw a spinning side kick. Your spinning side kick, all you do is turn and look over your shoulder. Side kick. That's all it is. But when you do it fast, it's like that. I'll show you one more variation of the side kick. The turning side kick. Turning side kick, you bring your knee through. And notice the foot, it does pivot. When I pull it through is when the foot pivots. Watch this foot. So it pivots in the ball of the foot. When the knee comes around, the knee comes around, and then it fires out. That's your turning side kick. If you don't know how to do a side kick at all yet, start with a side kick where you're holding the wall and you're practicing these kicks. Start with that, and then from there, move to step up kick. I recommend a step up, not a step behind, even though that's the original way I was taught, a step behind the kick. But you should never cross your feet, because if you cross your feet, you're unstable and you're easily knocked off balance. If you're going to side kick somebody, you cross your feet and they come side kick you first, you're falling over, you're falling down. You know, of course, it can still happen when you're stepped up, but when you're stepped up, you can step out way easier than you can when your feet's crossed. Okay? So step up side kick, hold a wall side kick, then you're getting turning side kicks and spinning side kicks, and those are side kicks. Thank you very much, everybody, and come back and see me next time. Hit that subscribe button and keep kicking it. Figured I'd throw a side kick on that one. There we go. I filmed multiple tutorials on my other device to upload to the channel. And I'm thinking I might just upload it all at once. I've heard of a strategy called a content wall. I might try that. But I think the only way to do that is to stop posting for a month first and then upload all of those. I might consider doing that. But right now, I mean, I'm in it. I'm posting stuff. So I don't know. So I have to decide if I want to try that or not. Because if I want to try that, I can't upload any of these yet. I have to wait. So we'll see. But I got those recorded and that's good. And that was my main goal for YouTube today, was to come in here and record those tutorials. And a new plan that I had for my channel was to start going live on a separate device every time I was going to record for my videos as a little something extra. You know, it's like a backstage kind of thing, but also a lot of times you get more views from the lives. And I know a lot of it is people going through quickly because they scroll, they see it a second and they scroll, but that does add a lot of views, and they'll do that. And so a lot of people see it, you know, and sometimes you'll get subscriptions and likes, and I can get that while I'm trying to film a video just by going live while I'm doing it. So I thought it was a good idea. So it works for me a little bit. I've been doing it this past few times. I've made a video and I went live at the same time. And I think I'll probably continue doing that the majority of the time. You know, there might be times when I don't, just maybe I'm trying to do one in a hurry and I don't want to slow myself down by sitting here talking, but I still might do it anyway and just not talk to the live, just talk to that camera and act like that was not there. I think I did that the first time I went live while I was recording a video, was I just acted like this camera wasn't there. And the last time I recorded a workout video, you know, that's full length. Well, the time before last I recorded a workout video, I went live and only talked to that to the live before and after the video. The last time I recorded a workout video, I made it clear to the people watching on the video that I had a live going at the same time, and I would talk towards the live a little bit during that, but I still had to, of course, make the focus be the video, you know, because really, if your channel ever gets big enough to be monetized, you want personally anyway, I prefer the videos to be what gets bigger and gets the views, because that's what can get money from ads if you ever get monetized. So I'm trying to find a way to get people to the videos, right? So do me a favor, go to my video section, right, and start working out today. You know, work out. I feel like I do some good workouts on this channel. You know, it's good exercise. You know, it's good, mostly cardio workout. It's full body workout. It's kicking and punching the bag, and it's got, you know, burpees and squats and push-ups sometimes. And you'll have crunches, depending on what the workout, depending on which workout it is, because there's a lot of different ones, right? I've done a lot of stuff in here. I've had some where you did a ton of lunges, and along with kicking and punching the bag, you know, so it's great stuff. So hit subscribe and go check that stuff out as well for me, will you? So, all right, well, what do I want to do now? Trying to decide if I want to do a full-blown workout or not. But I've already been in here almost an hour doing this stuff, so I don't know. I don't know if I want to do a full-blown workout because I'll be in here for another hour. So I don't know if I really want to do that. But I was thinking about it. I was thinking about doing Billy Blank's Ultimate Boot Camp, using the Billy Blank's bands. I was thinking about doing that, or using the Billy Blank's bands and doing the Phil's Combat workout, because those are pretty good. All that stuff's pretty fun. So, but you know, you can do my workouts for free. Just look at the videos, click on the videos, and go click on one of them. So you can decide beforehand, how long do I feel like working out? You can scroll down and look at the links. You'll probably find one for the amount of time that you're wanting to work out in. You know, we have one as short as 10 minutes. I think my shortest one ever might have actually been 9 minutes. So we do have some short workouts on here. And then we have workouts as long as an hour. The majority of them are 30 minutes. So I have a few that are 20. I was trying to keep it around 20 minutes for a while. I felt shorter videos, people more likely to click on it and say I can do that. I had a whole bunch of 10-minute ones. They're called 10-minute quick fix. Because some people, that's all they wanted was a short 10 minutes. But I just feel like that's not enough to get a really good workout. I didn't feel like it was, and so I said, well, I'll do a bunch of 20-minute ones. So I did a bunch of 20-minute ones. And I'm like, might as well do 30 minutes. You know, it's a good round number. You know, if you're really dedicated to getting in shape, you can give me 30 minutes a day. You can do that. You know, get some good exercise in. So, and of course we got the 45-minute ones too. Those are in there as well. I think 45 minutes is a great number for how long a workout should be. I think it's great. 30 minutes is probably great for a YouTube video, but 45 minutes I think is a great length for a fitness kickboxing workout. It's kind of the length that I might prefer if I was going to go to a class somewhere, about 45 minutes, because you know you can get it all done in 45 minutes. 30 minutes, you can, but you got to rush it kind of, you know, so you can really go over the top 45 minutes. 45 minutes to an hour, and you can really get a great workout. So, but yeah, I'm trying my workouts. I appreciate it. You guys, let me know if, man, that light is something else, huh? I need to do something about the lighting in this room, because that thing, man, that is bright. I'm thinking maybe I should see how hard it is for me to take it off the ceiling and put it back up. Maybe I should move it and have it pointing towards the mats while I'm doing this instead of
instead of coming down from up there. I think a lot of it is the angle this camera's in too, because it's not as bad from the angle over here on the other camera, but still it's not great for my lighting. If it was back there, it would be fine, but I put it kind of in the center of the room. But it kind of needs to be the way this light works. Motion sensor light. I don't even got to touch a switch when I walk in this room. Walking here at night, the light will just come on. So I think that's pretty cool. Got it from Costco. All right, I'm gonna start cleaning up. That means my cool pull-up bar goes back up on the wall. Man, I love this thing. I can flip it this way and do dips or leg raises, either way, or this way for the pull-ups. Pretty awesome. Yeah, that felt good just hanging from the pull-up bar. I like doing hangs. Stretches my shoulder out. I'll even get a little pop in my shoulders when I do it. It feels really good. It feels good on, it's really on everything really, but for me it's my shoulders that need it. But when you hang, you create space in your shoulders. Your spine becomes decompressed. You can decompress your spine just from hanging off a pull-up bar. Pretty good. Clean up time. I hope you guys enjoyed the behind the scenes recording of those videos. I'll turn off these Rode microphones. These are really good. The Rode microphones, they're great. So, because I got another one plugged into the device I was recording those tutorials on in. And they connect wirelessly to each other, so that way I can have a microphone while I'm running around doing stuff. I probably ought to charge these back up, but I may do that later. Got things to do. Today's kind of been a lazy day for me until I started doing this. It's just one of those days. It's also looking like it's going to storm here. So, you know how that is. It's all dark outside. You don't always want to do a lot. I think I may have something out of these videos that I made over here. I just have to decide if I want to post them this week or if I want to wait a while and post them. I do think I want to post them all like at the same time. I think that might be a good strategy for me. Maybe it'll make them more likely to be seen. And I might be completely wrong, you know? I might post them and nobody watches them. I think it'll get some kind of view though. I do. I actually think those how-to videos, those tutorials of how to throw techniques might make more sense for growing the channel than my workouts do. I think more people might click on those. You know, maybe next I should teach some techniques with the hands. Teach people how to throw the karate chop. Yeah. You know, or the ridge hand. I teach people how to throw the ridge hand. Boom. You know, in Taekwondo, they didn't teach us to throw hook punches. They taught us to throw ridge hand strikes. Whoosh. You know, so if I was doing Taekwondo, if you do a jab, cross, hook, Taekwondo guy might do a jab, cross, ridge hand. So, or an over-the-top ridge hand, because, you know, if the guy's wearing headgear, or maybe even you're wearing hand pads, might be enough. Crown right in the top of the head. It actually knock you dizzy. I've been knocked dizzy with them before. So, but yeah, the ridge hand strike, I don't know how I feel about using that in a self-defense situation, but you can get a lot of power in it. And I guess really if I was going to use a ridge hand in a self-defense situation, I wouldn't actually hit with the hand. I would do more of a clothesline, hit with the arm. Boom. And I think that would work pretty well actually. Actually, I think I've seen Boss Rutan talk about that before. So, yeah. And that's that. That's that, guys. I hope some of you subscribed, and even more than that, I hope some of you will come do some of the workout videos that are on my channel. You know, see if you can get in shape, make a better life for yourself.
Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Of course, you should work hard on your job, work harder on yourself. If you improve yourself, it will improve every aspect of your life. So work hard on improving yourself. And I plan to do the same. All right, guys. See you around. Oh, yeah, and I almost forgot. Keep kicking it.